Welcome to this home that blends tropical modernism with Japan-inspired minimalism and, most importantly, the Thai way of living. We flew all the way to Bangkok to film this incredible home that is one of the coolest homes I've ever seen. So come in and let's go and take a look at it. This home is one of a kind, and that is because it blends a multitude of different influences of Southeast Asia. And it is located in Bangkok, in the capital of Thailand. And Bangkok is also really known for its incredible architecture and modern contemporary Thai design, and it's super cool. If you don't know me, my name is Jane and I'm an interior designer. And on Interior Insights, we show you the best homes on the entire world every single week. So if you want to help us continue to bring the best design in the world to our community, it would mean a lot if you could subscribe. This house was actually built in 1970 and it was one of the first of this neighborhood in Bangkok. And then an architect decided to transform it and renovate it into what it is today. And the contrast between how it used to look and what it is today couldn't be more different. The entire home is characterized by this blend of different cultures. So on the one hand, you have this very characteristic Southeast Asian contemporary design language. And on the other hand, we have this incredible structure of the architecture of the home that really reminds me of these more modern mid-century homes, and I'm absolutely in love with it. The house itself consists of 2 levels, and we are already in the ground floor. And the ground floor consists of one large open space that isn't linear, but that kind of makes you wander around it. And it's really cool because through this we have these natural niches and zones that are being created. So as soon as we enter the home, we come into the dining area, and the dining area is one large wooden table with a bunch of cool chairs around it. You can just really see the material and textural depth of the design, because instead of having a lot of different chairs, we actually have a bench made from terracotta tiles that drapes itself around the table, and I think it is just super cool. And this bench and also geometric repetition that we have through the terracotta tiles just gives the design a very clean, minimalist and incredible look. For this home, I actually created a completely free interior design cheat sheet. It contains the key materials used, the main furniture items, the composition breakdown, and a step-by-step checklist for how you can create it at home. If you want to get it, it's completely free. The link's in the description, or you can just scan this QR code. And what you will see in this house is that we have a lot of different textures and a lot of different styles. And when we got to know the architect when we came here, he actually said that this is his most experimental design, and I feel like his daring perspective really paid off. Because this home, even though it is quite minimalist, it just has so many different layers of design language and different materials. So on this side, we have a continuous extension of the bench, and within it, we actually have an integrated plant pot. And this is also something that is super cool, and that is very typical of these old 70s mid-century houses. But here we don't have regular US or European houseplants, but instead we have these incredible eclectic banana leaves and different types of tropical plants, and it just looks absolutely amazing. Comment if you would like this in your own home. I definitely would. The architect who built this also is a hobby DJer, and so you have all of these different elements of music integrated within the space. And over here, on a vintage antique woodworking bench, we actually have our own little DJ set, which is really cool. And you will see some more musical elements throughout the home. Over here, we come into the living room area. And the living room area is also inspired very much by the Thai design language that also has some similarities with this Japanese minimalism and reduced way of living. And so what I love about the space is that the profile of the furniture is very low, and basically that the sofa table is almost all the way on the floor, and it just creates this very clean and reduced design. And this is also one of the main concepts of this Southeast Asia contemporary design, that you have a lot of negative space And so all of the low profile furniture paired with the warm wooden back paneling of the walls just create this fusion of Japanese and Thai inspired design together with these more mid-century elements. And I absolutely love this combination because it just creates a really serene and holistic design that still feels very layered. And you can see that in these types of designs where you have a lot of structure and geometric, rhythmic sequences of the architecture, you don't actually necessarily need a lot of color. But sometimes the variety of different materials can really make up for the color. Now before I show you the super cool steel kitchen, let me show you the outside bathroom. This is another very typical Thai design detail, and that is that we have these like large glass sliding doors to just create this indoor-outdoor style of living. Please follow me. And when you come outside to the terrace, you actually have your own little outside bathroom all the way over here. Now, of course, there also is a bathroom inside, but I think that this is just super cool because it just is a small reference of the more traditional way of living in Thailand. And even the bathtub on the outside has been clad with these gorgeous black high gloss tiles, and it just, again, is a very contemporary interpretation of it. And we can see that the underlying structure of all of these design elements really is just different types of squares, but because they're repeated throughout different materialities, different sizes and dimensions, they just create this really in-depth design. Now please follow me. What I love about this home is that it also really responds to the climate that it is within. And so all of the floors are covered in hard surfaces with just stone tiles that also really help keep the entire space cool. And then another thing that is very typical for Thai contemporary design is having skylights. And this is also the secret to the incredible light that we have within this house. And that is that above us, we have incredible skylights as well as in a bunch of other spaces that I will show you. And so the entire space just is illuminated with light. This home is actually also being used for a lot of different photography sessions, and people love to come here just because the light is so incredible. Now come with me and let me show you the kitchen. And I love that the architect wasn't scared of just leaving this negative, empty space within the design, because this is something that people are often scared of, but it can really visually elevate your space if there actually is like a white wall here and there or just a little bit of calm. But because he also is a DJ, we actually have a little projector over here that beams different DJ clips onto the wall, and I think that this is just a little really fun and cool detail. Comment if you like it or not. And then again, we have a multitude of different tiles used here. And this is also something that I really love, because here we have a seamless transition from the more darker tiles to the white tiles that are used within the kitchen. And instead of just having a seamless transition, we have this gorgeous border of small silver tiles, and it is really cool. And creating proper borders and transitions is something that is also becoming more and more common within design. I've actually created a whole video on like design changes and trends in 2026 if you're interested. And here we are coming into the kitchen, and the kitchen is also one really large space that is very minimalist. And I think it is really interesting because normally I'm a fan of more like bolder or unconventional kitchens, and here the kitchen is just a mix of stainless steel and white surfaces and these different tiles. But I think because we have this gorgeous skylight that just illuminates the space, and also on this side of the kitchen counter we have 3 yellow chairs that just add this pop of color. I think it is a very successful design. You know, I love a good pop of color, and it can really transform a white kitchen into a very stylish and designed one. Comment your thoughts below. And so this kitchen is very minimalist and it's visually reduced to its bare essentials, but I really love the thoughtful details here and there. And over here we have a second star of the show, and that is the Pretzel Chair that is also created from rattan, and it is just an incredible sculptural chair. You know, I'm originally from the south of Germany, and that is where the pretzel was invented, so this is a really cool chair that I have to have myself one day. I really like it. But what I love about this pretzel chair is that it just really blends this traditional rattan Thai material with this more like contemporary and modern design language. It is super cool. And because it is placed in front of this small courtyard that just has this incredible cool tree, it acts like a little painting or a little artwork. Now let's go and take a look at the upper bedrooms. But first, let me show you the downstairs bathroom. This is hiding behind this door. And what I really love about this bathroom is that it perfectly follows the geometric square tile design language of the space. And so we have a bunch of different cool tiles. And instead of a window, we have glass tiles, which also is a classical mid-century design element. And it fits perfectly for a bathroom because it just adds this layer of privacy, because not everybody can just perfectly see through to you. Now we're back in the entry area, and here we actually also have the wooden staircase that is very lightweight and that leads us up to the bedrooms. Follow me. And even though the staircase isn't too large, the design elements make it seem much larger than it actually is. And so also this entire wall has been covered with glass tiles that just let a lot of light in. And over here we actually have an incredible window that just shows us this incredible perspective of the houses in Bangkok. And it is a really cool juxtaposition of the inside and of the outside. And because it is such a thoughtful and dedicated perspective, it almost seems like an artwork of just different bold colors of Bangkok coming together. The upper floor is characterized by a lot of different outside terraces, and over here we have the first one. And I'm only showing you this because the house next door is actually what this exact home that we're in today used to look, I think, up until a few years ago, before the architect decided to renovate it. And I mean, the difference between this home and this one over here is absolutely incredible. Just to give this hallway even more space and light, this entire wall is covered with mirrors, and I think that this is also quite a simple but very smart solution. Mirrors are always great to just visually enlarge in a space, or if you don't have enough light coming in. And over here we're already walking into the first bedroom. And now, even though this bedroom isn't incredibly large, it is just a dream of a bedroom because it is just visually reduced to its bare essentials. We have a very low profile bed that is also very typical for the Thai lifestyle, or also for this like Japanese inspired interior design. The walls are white, and then you just have this gorgeous view of a small little garden. And you can see that even in the bedrooms we have this very strong geometric rhythm of the wooden window frames, and I really like it because it just visually really properly calms the eye. And here is another detail that is very typical for the Thai lifestyle, and that is these large sliding doors that just open themselves up to a second large open terrace area. And how I like to think about this terrace is that it is basically your extended outdoor living room area, and it is also a design element that is very typical for the way that Thais live and also for the Thai design. And over here in the center we have a lamp, and I believe that sometimes you actually have a table here so you can have some dinner. And actually below us we have quite a similar terrace, but over there we also have a pool that just creates and throws off this like incredible play of light to the walls, and it is really cool. And so you can see that even though this house is quite generous, the way of living is still very intimate and very close. And over here we have the second bedroom. This wall is also completely clad with mirrors, and so it just adds this extra layer of light. And here we have very similar design elements, so a very low profile bed, a carpet to add some textural softness, And then what I really love is that the two bedside tables couldn't be more different. So here we have a very modern one with just a large slab of stone and this chrome lamp that is just very modern and contemporary. And then on the other side we have this antique tie chair that doubles as a bedside table. And I just love this juxtaposition of old and new. And I feel like the design is just very successful. Over here we actually have yet again another terrace, so already the third terrace. One of the reasons why we have so many terraces is also actually because of the climate in Bangkok. It is currently almost 36 degrees, it is incredibly hot. And having these terraces and like overarching long roofs just creates this like extra shade and helps just deal with the hot climate. And you can see that all of the doors to all of the different terraces are all open, so that you just have this like constant, soft, natural circulation of air, and you don't need an AC. And so I think it is really interesting and valuable how the design of these like warmer Southeast countries also responds to the climate. And you can just really see that good design is always rooted in its surroundings and also, of course, always responds to its environment. Opposite of the bedrooms, we have a second bathroom. And it is also very minimalist and clad completely with these white gorgeous tiles, and it is just a perfect fusion of Thai and contemporary design. If you like this home, it would mean a lot if you could subscribe to the channel. We filmed so many cool homes all around the world, so you can go watch them right now, and I will see you next week.